what you see now, Dad, is sharing the screen.
And you're missing it.
Oh, I see better.
And there's the camera there.
And
Right
where am
there.
I? Here am I.
You're right here. That's
How
what
do I
they're
look? How do I
seeing.
look?
Fabulous.
It doesn't matter.
It's not about
You
you.
look great, Uncle Hal.
Hello. Hi there, everybody.
That's Tim, Mary Lynn.
Mary Lynn, I haven't seen you for a long
There's
time.
Susan right there.
Lester.
There's Paul and Stanley right there.
There's fish.
I'm introducing Dad to Zoom, you guys. So I don't see any of you.
Hi, Uncle
There's
Hal.
Annie walking away.
Where's
Hi,
Annie?
Hal.
She's
Hi, Annie.
walking. She's leaving us.
Oh, Liz has got a grandchild down there.
Who has a grand? Liz, where's your grandchild?
Yeah.
There's Matt and Lori.
Where?
Muted. She's probably not showing to you.
Hey guys.
Yeah. I want to see.
Donnie and Callie are here.
All on the screen.
There's old Liz, you lucky dog. Why am I doing
Who's that? I didn't even recognize some of these people.
Silkster.
I don't think see anybody.
Ken.
Oh, beautiful baby.
And there's Evan.
Whose
there's
baby? Whose
Kian.
baby is that? Keen's?
That's mine, yeah. This is Isla.
Hi, Violet. There's such a
This is
pretty
Siobhan on the right, my fiance.
All is the Monterey Bay Aquarium.
Hey, Alec. Oh my God, this is too much fun.
God, I've never seen.
Hey, what is this picture you posted? There's Craig.
Oh, there's Craig.
Yeah.
We need to do this
There's
more often.
There's Craig.
Where's Lester?
Right here.
Great.
Hey, Lester, where are
Craig's in
you?
there somewhere.
Big screen. Anyway.
I'm in Cincinnati.
You're in Cincinnati? Okay.
Hey, Lester.
About that.
Who are you?
So
Who
I
are
guess
you?
you joined by
Talking to
chat.
Lester. So you can.
Lester
you're-
Alric Roberts?
It's okay.
Lester
Well,
Roberts.
turn around.
There's Craig.
Okay.
Yeah, it's me and Gus and Annika.
No, wait.
Hi,
Hey,
Annika.
Annika.
Hi, guys.
Monica?
Let me see if I can get it any
You want to
better.
sit on that?
No, I want to stay up because I want to
I
move
can't get
around.
it any bigger.
Look on your screen too.
Yeah, because we're sharing the
I
screen
can
now.
go on my screen.
Okay.
Oh, whatever you're doing. I don't know.
But see, there's you, and that's what everyone is seeing of you. And here's the little camera right there.
Okay.
Hello, Uncle Al.
Who said that?
Al. I just gave your
Right there.
nephew.
Right there. Craig. And
Hi,
Annika over
Craig.
there.
How are you?
Steve's nice background.
It's your favorite uncle. It's your favorite
It
uncle.
is. It is. And I'm your favorite nephew.
Right. That's
Hey,
right.
wait.
Now we've
Hey.
identified each other.
That's right.
We just walked back from the beach, you guys. It's like in the 70s, and it's so beautiful and hot today. And it's like,
Where are you guys?
Hey, who's this?
Awesome.
that's Ian's little baby.
No, down below. That's
It's
it.
here. It's okay.
There's Eleanor. Hi, Jen. And there's Janny.
Hey, hi, Ellie. Hi.
Look at
Is
Jen.
Steve on this?
He was.
He was.
Say something, Steve, so you come up.
Where?
Did I what?
Here. No, where are you?
Where are you, Steve?
I'm in something Spring Valley,
Hey,
California.
Adam.
I can't find him.
We lost you.
Oh, I'll find him.
I can see myself.
I'm glad, because as long as you can see yourself, life is good.
So
Hi,
we
Ariel.
found him.
No, I'm still looking for him.
Well, I
There
know.
he is, Steve, with the lovely palm tree
Oh, really?
background, the sunset
Where-
palm tree background. Oh,
Where's
That's
Lester
the view out of my
Alric?
house in Pacific.
yes. Mhm. Is that?
No.
Nobody listens. Hi.
Who's listening? Are you talking? I do.
What? Who's on
Who's
first?
on first?
We don't know who this is.
Yeah, you can say. Introduce myself. Who are you?
Well, but how?
Whoops.
Whoops.
Oh, that's nice. Thank you.
Oh,
Now you can see everything.
oh my gosh.
Mhm.
Good to see you, Tina. Hey.
Hi, how are you?
Hey,
Look
Tina.
at that,
Hey
cutie.
Tina.
Some more
Hi.
East Coast representation.
Yeah,
There's
thank
Matt
God.
and Lori.
Matt and Lori. Hi, Matt and Lori.
Hey Dad, what's going on?
Cindy.
There's
I lost.
someone.
You're moving around the screen.
Andy and
Hi,
family.
Mark.
Hi, Andy.
Hi,
else? See who else
I
is
feel like I'm on Hollywood Squares.
I know, right? It needs to pop up like that.
The squares keep moving though.
Yeah, they do. Well, more people are being added.
Hi.
That's Jan. That's Jan and Kevin.
I like the mustache, Mark.
That's Paul.
Thank you.
Oh, I
When
see.
they talk, they
Oh, really? What did it say?
How the fuck do I do this?
When I talk, your name.
Oh, nice.
Hello.
Hey, it's a great deal.
I just changed my name.
What's
Paul here? Where's Paul?
Paul's right there.
Oh, hi, Paul.
Where is Sarah? Oh, she went to the beach.
Where'd Simone go?
Isn't it?
That's Simone.
Aunt Barb. when
I'm
she
struggling
was
to get this shit.
2 years old.
Are you ready to begin yet?
Aunt Barb when she was a little
Oh,
baby.
well, look at Alex.
Where's Tina?
Hey, who else?
Look
are you
at
looking
Eric.
at?
Oh,
I know.
okay.
Who's this down
See,
here
oh,
in the
that-
corner?
That's Andy. Yeah, see,
Hi, guys.
thank you. Say your name. You need to identify when you guys talk. Your names come up. Andy, first.
Hi.
Hi, Sarah and Susie.
I'm gonna just get this out of the way right now. I was her favorite nephew.
Nice try. Nice try.
Yeah, forget that.
Well, I was her favorite grandson.
Oh, really?
There's Mark. Everything.
Oh,
Susie, is that? How come I don't see you guys? Is that the? Yeah. Okay, they've got a picture. Let's see what you can do. Like if I decided to turn on video, they would get a picture of me, but they'd much rather see you. But they can
Well,
still hear me.
you're on too, aren't you?
They're right here. But if you stop the video, then a picture comes up that I have saved, and so that's
Who's that one, Lizzie? Who's that little one?
we're right.
Oh, they were right there.
But I don't know if we're there for other people. I just think we're there for us.
Looks like. Jerry, when you're talking to Hal, we're all listening.
I know. I know.
It's okay. It's educational.
Good lesson for us all.
That's the fun of it. What's happening here?
It's the way
Yeah,
it is.
but nobody
guys.
else can talk.
Who's leading this?
Nobody.
Paul, get the start.
We will be. We're just waiting for a couple more people to go.
I don't know.
Waiting for what? Oh, really?
They're open for you.
You can't see the cat.
There's another baby.
Hi, Andy. It's Sue.
Hi, Paul.
Oh, there
See there?
Hey, Ariel.
Oh my God, look how big he is.
What's it?
Karen, I can sit.
Fading out into the
Looks like musical chairs over here.
The baby's all over. Watch.
Yes,
The second page. There's the second page.
Just the background. Picture of that.
That's Alec.
Andy, cut it out. Just sit still.
Alex.
Hi, Alec.
Getting his eyes poked out.
Alex, how old is that guy of yours?
This guy's
Alex?
2,
Oh, what a
25
cutie.
months.
Oh my God. I forget his name.
Franklin.
Franklin.
Franklin. What a cutie.
Oh, that's Mark.
Oh, he's got a senior dog's son.
Hello, John. Valia, John.
Well,
Hello.
John isn't in yet, but I know he's going to try. I hope he's
Where's Sarah?
make sure that everyone's got.
I don't know who that woman is.
Okay, everybody, I think we're gonna
Zoe gets to be
the order.
Somebody say something.
If I can ask everyone to just please mute yourself, if everyone will just mute, we'll get started.
How do you do that?
That's Cindy.
Okay, good.
Go up in the right.
Greg especially.
In the bottom left corner.
just shut your mouth.
I didn't say that.
Is that Isla? Hi, Isla. Cynthia. Is that Isla? Hi.
Say hi. Say hello.
She is. Say hi. Hi.
Hi.
All these generations of people. Who would have guessed? Yes.
So I think we're gonna get started. Can everybody hear me okay?
Yeah.
Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me.
Yeah.
Roll, guys. Is it shaky?
Someone needs to mute.
Everybody make
like-
sure you're muted so that it makes the volume the most clear.
Steve. Speak up, Janny.
Do I sound pretty clear?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm still hearing some feedback from someone.
Okay. Please mute yourself, everyone, please.
Cynthia.
About those.
Oh, they're not gonna hear me. I'm
You're
muted.
not muted either. I don't think over here. Okay, are we all muted? Does that sound better? Lizzie, if you guys can mute yourself. Liz and Mark.
We're trying.
Okay.
Can't get it.
Bad internet in the heart of San Francisco.
Yeah. We can move to the front room.
Yeah, maybe.
We're gonna change rooms. Maybe we can mute it then. Take our stand. Can somebody grab our stand?
There you go.
Come on. Get our stand.
Oh, I'm muted.
Everybody muted?
Cynthia, I think you need to mute yourself too.
No, she's muted.
Oh, she's muted. You know, you're muted. Never mind.
There we go.
We're muted.
Okay. So Lizzie, try again. You need to mute yourself.
So weird.
Cynthia has two screens, so she's unmuted on one.
Oh,
Got
Cynthia,
two
your
devices
second screen
going.
is not muted. Thanks, Annie. And let's see, Liz, I think.
You're welcome. It was Claire.
Yay, Claire. Yay for the young people. Okay. Feels like we're all muted. Okay, deep breath. So us Roberts family, oh boy, here I go already. We just want to thank all of you for being here today in Mom's honor. It's an extra special day, just being Thanksgiving. We have so much gratitude for our big family. Mom always bringing us together. So thank you for being here. She was a beautiful mother, grandmother, sister, aunt, friend. She touched so many. She really touched all of us. Thank you for taking the time out of a big family day on your own end of things for Mom and for all of us, because it means the world to us. The little schedule for this morning, we're going to begin with Annie, who's written a special musical interlude in Mom's honor. Then Mom's brother, Uncle Hal, will speak. Mom's children will take a turn, and then at that point, after I have my turn, then you're all invited. Anybody who wants to share any special memory, poem, song, anything that's significant to you. And I guess I'll say thank you guys. It's so fun to see you, and then suddenly when I go into the mom mode, it's sad. Okay, so.
Okay, I'm going to play Annie's little interlude that she wrote and played. Annie, do you want to introduce it or anything?
Yeah, I'll introduce it just briefly. Hi, everybody. So as it was obvious Mom was dying about a month before she actually died, I was thinking, I wonder if I could write a piece for her. I don't usually compose anything very long. And it was amazing how fun it was to do, and easy and satisfying. And so it's a rondo, which is you have an opening theme, and then there's another piece that kind of relates to it, and then the opening theme keeps returning and being punctuated by these other developments. So that's why it's called Rondo for Barbara. And the rondo is supposed to kind of change each time it returns, just a little bit. So I did my best to do that. Anyway, it's been amazing, and it's been in my head for a couple months now, and I hope you find all kinds of parts of Mom in there. There should be, every single part relates to her. Okay, go, Paul. Oh, it disappeared.
Thanks, Annie. That was beautiful.
You're welcome.
Go scroll up to you.
My gift to Mom.
Mommy, did you unmute? Oh no, she's unmuted.
So the next person to share is Hal, if he's up for it.
Ready for me?
They can hear you now.
You can hear me? This is a little tribute to Barbara. Even after 93 years, I was still Barbara Roberts' baby brother. I may be prejudiced, but I can say without discount or abatement that my sister Barb was one of the most loving and dearest people on this earth. My first recollection, or our family story anyway, of Barbara reading to me in bed. She was probably 5 and I was 2. If I would fall asleep, she would nudge me with her elbow. We were close ever since. Barb was Dad's favorite. Of the 4 of us, she was the only one that had a nickname. He called her Biggs. It's not a Scrabble word. We have no idea where it came from, but I know that Barb was named after his favorite aunt. Sister Barb was amazing, and she was energetic, to say the least. Her calendar was always full, doctor's appointments for family members, birthdays, meetings, and the many organizations she belonged to. I can visualize her in the kitchen now, checking recipes, cooking, wiping up the floor, making coffee, conversing all at the same time. Constant motion. For someone so small, Barb was up for backpacking and hiking. She loved living in Spain and traveling to Australia. She had friends all over the world. She worked tirelessly for the student exchange program to help students adjust to life in the United States, counseling many of them and guiding them when needed. I was so lucky to have Barb as a sister. She will always be in my heart. I hate to say goodbye to her, but I know that today is full of sadness and grief for all of us. We can find solace in knowing the love that Barb had for us and that we had for her. That's it. I know that's it. You can hardly read that without tearing up.
Thank you, Hal. That was really sweet. That was warm.
You're welcome.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and hopefully I can get through this. With my mom's passing, the things that I like to remember the most, the things that mean the most to me, are the things that she left me with, the things that will live on in me, that I will continue to carry on throughout my life and to teach my children so that these things live on forever. My mom left me with a love of gardening, both indoors and out, always making your surroundings beautiful. And I can still hear her voice in my head, telling me, always weed after it rains because you'll get the weeds' roots completely. And she also left me with a love and an interest of international affairs, valuing other people's cultures, traditions, and beliefs. And she left me with a love of music, listening to it, but as well playing it throughout your whole life. She left me with a love of cooking and creating in the kitchen to nourish and please my family. And then again, I can still hear her voice telling me, clean as you go. When you're done cooking, you won't have anything left to do. And those are the ways that I will love my mother. I mean, those are the ways that I'll remember and cherish and love my mother and pass all that she taught me on for the rest of my life.
Thank you, Paul. Let's see, Steve, when you're ready.
Yeah, I'm ready. Hi, everybody. So great to see everybody. I can't believe it. Just shuffling through all the different people. You guys are such wonderful parts of our lives. It's amazing. Thanks for showing up. My mother, Barbara Jane Kern, she was always a strong, courageous, happy, generous woman. Growing up as kids, we could always depend on her. Mom was a great cook and was able to accomplish that while keeping 6 kids in order. Her cooking exposed us to every culture that you can think of. She volunteered her free time when that existed, putting her skills into many groups. most times as president at some point. She was always a happy, motivating person. I never heard my parents argue. Her last days at the Sequoias during COVID isolated a very social woman. It is so sad that I can think back of these times. We could not see her due to the Sequoias policies. It was such a shame. Cynthia volunteered to take her home after her last falling incident, and thank you, Cynthia, you're a godsend. I will miss my mother's positive spirit and inquisitive nature. I can still hear her voice answering the phone when I called. Love you, Mother.
Thank you, Steve. So I remember when Dad died, all I wanted to do was wake up the next morning and watch the sunrise over the beach and see what my new world was going to feel and look like without Dad. And the sun rose and it was beautiful. And I realized right then that I'd always find Dad in nature. He would always be anywhere that I was, and especially in beautiful nature. So when Mom passed away and my first morning back home, I said to Evan, I'm headed down to the beach. I'm going to go find Mom. And sure enough, I did. There she was, just like Dad. I just could feel her presence. So I wrote a poem I'd love to share with you that morning. I'm going to share it with you because I know it's going to be really hard for me to just, you might not understand me as I get emotional. So I'm going to share it with you here. Give me a thumbs up that you can see that. Can everybody see my poem? Okay. Forever my heart rock. I came to find you my first morning on the sand since you flew. I looked down and there you were. Yes, there you were. I didn't even have to search for you. With complete dedication, you simply joined my path. I knew that was you. I held you, knowing that at some point I'd have to put you down. I would have to give you back the perfect smooth heart rock that you are. I set you on the sandy shore with the foam you tumbled and rolled. You frolicked and somersaulted with the tide as it pulled and pushed. Up and back down, I chased you with my eyes. Up and back down, I chased you with my feet. Once you snuck back up the sand with the shell and the kelp. I didn't see you at first, yet when my eyes caught your shine, I saw you. You rolled like an acrobat down towards the sea's bubbly bowl. Then you found your way back to me once again. Suddenly, like a ship's swell might unexpectedly overtake a small boat in the channel, or a crashing wave might slip off a wedding band at the water's edge to then bury it deep into its shore. Without warning, the tide's big swell tucked you too deep into the porous sand, from far view or touch. Up the beach slope, I searched and searched, but you were gone. I did, however, find your silhouette and trail down the sloping sand, your jet stream left behind on a surface of the beach. But you were gone, back to from where you came. Those were my moments. I'm so glad I took note. What a beautiful life we shared. You now buried deep in my memory. Your embrace I shall always treasure. I love you, Mom. I know you're okay on your own, tumbling on the beach, or with your kin and your love holding hands. Such a beautiful mother and woman. You embody the curiosity, joy, happiness, and comfort of my ocean. Oh, what a beautiful morning in your honor. Ah, but wait, here you are again. A gift, a surprise. I didn't see you coming, emerging from where I don't know. Your wet, sun-drenched, freckled skin capturing the morning light, glistening with this brilliant sun. Oh, so playful and calmly wise. That's true. Thanks for reminding me. You will always be here. You will again and again surprise and delight me with your presence. Your smile, I will always know when I need you most, you will descend in to soothe me. Your love is like the deepest emerald ocean. Your sweet and warm touch, Mom, emblazoned deep in my soul. Forever my heart rock on the sand. You forever are my heart rock on the sand. I love you, Mom.
Thanks, Jan. That's really super beautiful. I love that.
Okay. Now this is the point where we invite any of you. We'd love to hear from anyone who feels the inspiration today. A poem, a song, a story, a memory, whatever might inspire you. We'd love to hear it. A couple things again with Zoom. You can use the gallery view, or if you want to see whoever's talking, you can use speaker view and they'll come up full for you. Raise your hand either physically or with a little icon, and Paul and I are going to do our best to call on people. If you don't get called on and you feel like you're being missed, please, because we have 2 screens going now. Just chat to us, to Paul and I, that you're ready to speak. And again, we just want to thank you for taking this day, a big family day, and sharing it with us. This is super special to be here with our huge extended family. It's amazing. Thank you. Appreciate so much gratitude for all of you today.
I think we can go ahead and start with Ellie Levine.
Hi. I'm speaking to you from Toronto. I can't talk either. In 1964, Saul and I moved from Montreal. We drove across the continent, and he had just graduated from medical school, and we needed an inexpensive place to live. And we went to the Stanford Realty, whatever, and we found this place that was for one person, it was $80 a month furnished, and that was the right price. So we went and we spoke to this dynamic, loving, effervescent woman, and we told her, we are definitely 2, but we're quiet and we're clean, and please try us. So we moved into the little cottage, and first we met Jeannie, because of course she was barking like crazy and scared the hell out of us. And then we met the rest of the family. So this is, 56 years later. You're all my California family, and every time, my oldest son lives in San Diego, so when we visited him, we would go up to Palo Alto. And Barbara was smart, beautiful, generous. She did outstanding community work. She was the hostess beyond all. And it was my wonderful introduction to California, to an outstanding human being. And all of you, I love you dearly, and you're still my family. And I promise I will visit, because I love you, and Barbara was outstanding, very special in my heart, always. That's it.
You're so special to us, Ellie, always.
Thank you.
How about Catherine? We'd love to hear from you when you're ready.
Coming off mute here. And in true Thanksgiving fashion, I'm peeling the sweet potatoes and the turkey. The buzzer might go off in a second, so I think Barbara would approve. The Roberts are kind of, I don't know, I guess my second family. I love each of you dearly, and Barb and Les were both so important in my life, and knew them through Grace Lutheran Church, and specifically the most fun and pivotal time in my life was backpacking with Les and Barb, and a number of their kids, of course. And it just, I think it taught me some lessons that each of you, her kids, were so privileged to have throughout your life, from her, and of course your dad. And I just was, it's today being a gratitude day, it's so fitting to do this today and share my gratitude for each of you who have welcomed me into your family. So thank you, and may Barb and Les both rest in peace. I love them dearly.
Thanks, Catherine. You mean so much to our family too. We go so far back, and all the backpacking trips we shared and everything. So thank you very much. Anybody else want to? It looks like Christina Lund.
Mute. You know, when we really got to know Barb and all the Roberts was after we moved to Arabia and I graduated from college, or at least I'm speaking for myself, I guess. We didn't have a home. I didn't have a home to go to because my parents were still in Arabia. And when I moved out to San Francisco, Barb was home. Barb was there and always there for me, and many, many different things that happened in my life. It was a pretty eventful period of my life, and they were there supporting and being a mother. And I've always been grateful for that. And of course, then I get to know everybody else because you were all around, and celebrating Thanksgiving and Christmas and all of that during that period of time. I think I actually was only there about 2 or 3 years, but it was for me home. And then visiting, and my mother moving back to the San Francisco Bay Area. But, you know, Barb was the center, I think, of that life for me at that time. And then I have a funny story that I think I told at their wedding anniversary, but I'm just going to repeat it because it just, well, I think it was funny. When I was about 2 or 3 and they were, Barb and Les were visiting us in New York, I must have been enthralled by all her freckles because I must have said something. And she told me this story about how she liked to sunbathe. And one day she was sunbathing, but there were a lot of flies around, so she put a screen over her to keep the flies away. And she fell asleep. And while she was sleeping, it rained. And then the sun came out again, and the screen rusted and left all those freckles behind. And it made a big impression on me because, of course, I believed her. But and that, I think, is something. Barbara's sense of humor was so wonderful. Always welcoming with my husband at the time, Galen. And anyway, I can't tell you how much I'm going to miss her. And thank you for holding this. This is turning into a wonderful experience to see everybody and hear all your good stories. So thank you.
Really, thanks, Tina. Tim, how about you when you're ready?
Yeah, I'm the worst person to do this because I fall to pieces and that makes no sense when I get emotional. But my Aunt Barb and all you guys were really the center of my life when I was younger, and meant the world to me. And even later in my teen years, you know, at the worst years of my life, when all of you guys were gone, your mom and your dad took me in and let me live with them for a while. And I just thought that was so generous because, you know, they must have been relieved to have an empty house to themselves. And yet they were willing to take me in and to have me there. And I messed the whole thing up totally. And they never stopped supporting me throughout all of it. It was really very special. It was a very special thing that she did for me, and it means the world to me. Thanks.
Thanks, Tim. Thank you very much. Liz, are you ready to go?
I think so. We got some background. Can you hear me? Can you hear me over the baby?
Yep.
I'll try to keep my composure too. Anyway, I want to echo what Tim says. When I look back, I can't. Sorry. My happiest memories of my childhood always included you guys. I can't. I'm sorry. I mean, the happiest times we had, they always included you. Obviously, your mom and dad were pivotal in that. And it seems like such a blessing to have had that experience. And hopefully my kids will be able to share some of that. And I can be the kind of aunt that, and grandma that they were. That's it. Sorry.
Thank you, Lizzie. No sorries needed. Right there with you. How about Kathleen and Craig? Craig.
Hi, everybody. Nice to see you all. Sorry we can't be there together in person. That's just something that unfortunately COVID doesn't allow us to do, but this is the second best. It's really an amazing family, you guys, everybody. And to be a part of this family and to participate in all the outings that we did and all the dinners and events that we had it's really special. You guys are just great. So your mom made that happen, and it was very special to all of us. But she was particularly special to me, and I was particularly special to her because I was her favorite nephew. So, sorry, Tim. But anyway, one of the stories that we had that was fun was I don't know if you guys know the story, but your mom had a sweet tooth, and I didn't really know this at the time. And Sarah and I had played soccer one day, and we went from the soccer game. We went over to Barb's because it was pretty close to the field, and Saturday Night Live had been on, the night before. And so I came up to the door, and she rang the doorbell. And your parents were asleep at like 8:30. They slept in, which is just great. And so I rang the doorbell, and she says, "Who is it?" The upstairs window opens. "Who is it?" And I says, "Candygram." And she says, "Oh boy!" She runs downstairs, opens up the door, looks at me and Sarah, and she goes, "Where's the candygram?" We didn't. So after that, I had to bring her candy. I brought her C's. I said, "This is from your favorite nephew." She says, "Yes, of course." So that's how it worked out. Sorry. I am sorry, Tim, but that's the way it is.
Thanks, Craig. Yeah, she definitely had a sweet tooth. We have to keep candy away from her at the very end. It was all we could do. Anybody else want to say something?
Yeah, I would like to say something. I just wish you all a happy Thanksgiving. I'm Roger. I haven't seen a lot of you guys in a long time, but Jan, Kevin, Cindy, Paul, and your family, Sue, Annie, Steve, your parents, when I was young, growing up in Palo Alto back in the 60s and 70s, it felt to me like there was a big generational divide between grownups and kids. And I don't know if I feel that way now with my own kids as much, but at the time there was like, you weren't really friends with your parents, generation. But I think Les and Barbara Roberts were maybe some of the first adults that ever made me feel really comfortable, where I didn't have to call him sir. I could just be myself, and he and your mom. And with all the activities we had going on over there at the GLC, the most fun events that I still remember were anything that the Roberts family organized. I just wanted to be a part of it. And I thank you guys for your friendship. I wish you a happy Thanksgiving. And God bless all of you. Your mom was a special person, and I don't know what else to say, but thanks for including me this morning.
Oh, thanks so much, Raj.
Take good care.
To have you here.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Roger. I don't remember any part of my life when you weren't in it. So we go way
well. Thanks.
I think Mary Lynn raised her hand.
Oh no, that was for Tim earlier, but
Oh, sorry about that.
I love Barb. She just, she's always so friendly and so welcoming to everyone, and always so curious about what you were doing, and remembered all the things too, for such a long time, which was very special because the family got really large when you started counting all of us and all the spouses and things like that. But it was always special to see her, and you too, Uncle Hal, wherever you are in there. I hope that we get the opportunity to see each other in person again. Yeah, happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Thanks, Mary Lynn.
Raise your
Yep.
hand. Leslie.
Something.
I'd like, oh, go ahead.
I have something to say. I always loved seeing your family and had such admiration for the closeness of everyone in your family. And I remember one year, maybe 10 years ago, Barb had a big birthday bash and we brought her an orchid plant. And she was really just, you know, so tickled with it. She took me aside, sat me down, talked to me extensively about splitting and dividing orchids. And now because of that, in my yard, I have tons of these orchids. And so every time I go out there and I water or fertilize the orchids, and I see how many are out there and they often bloom, I think of Barb. And it just really touches me. And then I have to think of Les because he was so connected to Barb. And then I think of all of you. And she was just a very special, kind soul. And I'm very thankful that she's now with Les, where she belongs. And that gives me great comfort.
Thank you.
That's all.
Thank you, Sue. You know, she really did have a love of orchids, and I have a little story about that where when I married Josie, her mother had all these beautiful orchids. And so I'd bring them over to my mom. I'd bring her an orchid now and then. And before I knew it, suddenly she had all these orchids. And we had this kind of friendly competition of who had the most beautiful orchids. You know, I'd bring mine by and she'd show me hers and brag about how great they were. And in the end, she had about 20 orchids in her backyard that were beautiful. And I could never keep up with that. So I think she was the ultimate winner in the orchid wars. I think Kian is ready to say something.
What's up, guys? So cool seeing everybody out there. What a great idea. So rad. Isla, did you have something you wanted to say about great grandma? Isla wanted to say something. What are you gonna say? Hey, were you gonna say something?
What are you gonna say?
Say I love you, grandma. Also, I'm gonna take the ice cream away.
Say I love you, Grandma. Well, she had something she wanted to say, but do you want to say it together? 1, 2, 3. I love you, Grandma. We had. There's Aunt Jan.
Is that Jan?
Do you have an ice cream with Grandma right now, Isla?
Isla and Grandma had lots of ice cream dates while she was here, and it was such an honor to have Barbara here for the last few months and just to get to know her. And she brought so much joy and just a lot of fun humor that we got to experience. So thank you for sharing her with us.
As you all know, yeah, her humor, she was just so funny. But to see a 96-year-old lady still being able to crack jokes, and I want to share a little story. It was so fun. So having Grandma around was like so rad and like such an epic experience. And I was kind of doing my whole pizza thing and was in the kitchen one day, and Grandma was coming from the table, and my dad, there's something leaking, the plumbing was leaking, and my dad was down on his knees. And Michelle, the caregiver, I think, was pushing Grandma, and my dad kind of was on his knees, had butt up in the air, and she got right next to him. She was wheeling him back to her room, and she took a swipe at his butt trying to like spank him, but she missed, but we all saw it. And so Michelle like kind of, you want to do that again, Barbara? And so she wheeled her next to my dad and she spanked him on the butt, and like we all got a laugh out of it, and it was so funny. And then she's wheeling by me and we're all like laughing. She takes her left hand and spanks me on the butt as she was going by, and it was just so funny. I mean, my grandma was just like such a crazy, cool, rad, dope woman. And it was so special having her at the house this last little bit. Having Isla sit on her lap coming out of her room, and the connection that they like made and shared together was just unreal. And I'm just so thankful that Isla was able to meet her great grandmother, because as all you know, is just the most special woman ever. I mean, yeah, she was just epic. So she will definitely be missed, and but not forgotten. So love you guys all, and hopefully we can keep doing this and see each other's faces on a more regular basis. Love you guys.
Can you say I love you, Grandma?
Say it louder.
You say we miss you? We miss you, Grandma.
Thank you, Grandma.
Thank you, Isla. Jerry, did we see your hand up earlier?
Yeah, I was from the East Coast. Well, actually, that was Tina too. So, your mom has and dad. Okay, I'm not going to forget my dad. Anyway, and you know, okay, maybe I can't. Anyway, I learned from her to truly listen. She listened with all of her. And I have memories of walking on the beach with her and talking with her, spending time out with you guys when I was there when I was 14. But your mom was a big part of my life, and she taught me forgiveness and compassion and love. And one of the last things she did for me, and I mean, you know, we've seen her since then, but something she did so specifically for me was 25 years ago when she came out to my wedding to Robert. And she came out, I don't even know how we did this, how she knew to do this, but she came out and she said, Jerry, I'm here to be your mom, because my mom chose not to come to my wedding, and your mom came out to be my mom. She read scripture in our wedding. She was there for our rehearsal dinner. She collected flowers. I have a memory of her walking around my garden picking flowers to put on the tables. And it was one of the most kind, generous things that in the middle of her life with all of you and everyone else, that she would do that for me, for us. And so I just, I learned a lot from her, and I just wanted to share that. I learned a lot, like I said, about giving and love, and that's what your mommy did for me. So that's all I wanted to say. Thank you for this, and thank you for just for this chance to see you all and to celebrate her. And thank you. That's.
Thank you, Jerry. She loved you so much too. Cynthia, when you're ready.
I had to figure out how to unmute. Hi, everybody. What a blessing to have you all here. It's so meaningful, so tender. I was lucky enough to get Mom the last 3 months of her life, our family. We took her in, and as I'm thinking about her here, it triggers another memory. And so I'll start with the most recent, but when she was here and she needed something, it could be in the middle of the night, you'd hear this, yoo-hoo! Yoo-hoo! Oh, there's Dan. Come on, Dan, get in the big thing. And it was really fun. Sometimes there would be another one, Steve, Paul. She'd call out for whoever. But for some reason, that reminded me of when I would come home from college, and whether we were met at the airport or picked up somewhere, or whether we made it all the way home and rang the doorbell, Mom and Dad would always come running. Or even if they didn't literally come running, there was a sense that they came running to you and greeted you with open arms and big hugs. They were such great parents that way. You felt that when you came home, and I'll probably never forgive myself for not listening or asking them questions, because they would ask you so many questions about what you're doing. And if I could do anything to turn back the clock, and this is my one regret I've noticed in the last couple of weeks, did I ask my parents enough about themselves? And I think that they were just so gracious that way, and they seemed to delight in every story that you had. And when mom died, there was an owl that showed up in our backyard that night and hooted. And it reminded me of her yoo-hoo. And that's going to be just a really fun way for me to feel mom, is when I hear owls, or when I hear myself saying, yoo-hoo, are you there? And it was such a pleasure to have her here, and we're going to miss her so much.
I've heard an owl for the last week, every night.
Wow, so cool. Thanks all. Thanks for coming.
Thank you, Cynthia. Craig, back to you.
Okay, well, this is not my story. This is Kathleen's story. So here you go.
So when Barb and Les lived in Europe for a year, and they lived in Palo Alto, we lived in Los Altos. For some reason, she thought I'd be the perfect person to babysit her 30 whatever potted orchids, which I was just learning to garden at the time. I wasn't great at gardening. So she comes over with all these orchids, and then she goes off to Europe, and it was fine for a while, no problem. I had them outside, and they were blooming and watering and fertilizing. But then in the fall, all of a sudden, the squirrel activity picked up, and I don't know how this happened, but the squirrels dug up all the orchids and took off with them. So by the time your mom and dad got home, it was just a bunch of empty pots. And I'll never forget, she comes in the backyard, she goes, Kathleen, what happened? Squirrels. Anyway, she was great. She was so much fun.
That's fun. Thanks for sharing. Is there anyone else? Molly, when you're ready, Malls.
Hi, everyone. It's lovely to see you guys. What a beautiful experience for sure. Yeah, I guess I just wanted to say a little something about being super grateful for being able to take caregive for her while she was transitioning. And yeah, it was a very beautiful experience to be able to be there for her. And she said a couple of different things to me before passing, and I just thought I'd share one with you guys because she told me to tell everyone goodbye for her. So I thought I'd do that in her honor. But yeah, it was interesting being a caregiver for her, just because I got to see those little things that were maybe happening in her mind after people would leave. So maybe sometimes people would leave and she would still be thinking about them, or still trying to speak to them, but you know, just in her own mind, just took longer to say those things. And yeah, so she said that she was not long for this world, and that she wanted to say goodbye to everyone, and that she loved everyone very dearly, and that she was ready to go. So there's that. It was quite an experience working with our whole family in the house. I think it was quite a blessing for all of us to bond over her and, you know, care for our ancestors. I think that's a big thing right now in this world, of how sad it is of our ancestors. Our grandparents are suffering a lot right now, and they're not able to get the care that they need. And I feel super, super thankful for you, Mom, as well, for taking that initiative, because I definitely would have done it myself if I had the means, but I did not myself. So thank you, Mom, for allowing us to have that opportunity to care for her and her passing. Thank you all for being here. It's so lovely to see all your faces. You guys are all so beautiful and part of the family. So thank you. That I have to share.
Thank you, Molly. You know, we really appreciate all the care that you gave to her at the end when she was at your mom and dad's place. And I noticed that every time I saw you with her, you were so good at communicating with her and working with her. And it was beautiful to see. And we'll always thank you for that. Anybody else want to go?
Oh, Susie. See Susie's hand. Yeah.
Unmute.
Hi, everybody. I have to confess that during my life, it kind of made me mad that Mom took on so many people. I just felt left behind sometimes. And you'd see her off doing all these wonderful things and kind of, oh, wait, I need help with my homework. And yet, you know, you see everybody together here and how far she reached out, and I can't feel that way anymore. And I haven't felt that way in a long time. But there must have been something in that family, because George and Katie and Hal have all been really wonderful to me and treated me like an adult, like maybe a lot of other adults didn't. And they took me out to dinner and did things for me that maybe my own parents didn't do sometimes. So there was a lot in those 4 siblings. And I see it divided up among all of us, so it's pretty awesome. Thanks for being here.
Thank you, Susie.
I see Liz raising her hand, I think.
It's up. You're good now.
Who is?
I don't think we can hear you.
I don't see Liz. You see Liz?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to give a shout out to Uncle Hal and let him know how much I love him. And God, I'm such a mess. This is horrible. Anyway, point being is you've always been such a wonderful friend to me, support. I remember you going out to lunch with me several times, and it's
We can't hear you again.
Where's Liz? Where is she? Do you see her? Oh, here.
oh, it's not. Can you hear me?
We can hear you now. Yeah.
Oh, good. Did you hear any of what I said? I'm talking to Uncle Hal.
Are we having technical problems?
I'm trying to talk to
Guess
Uncle
not.
Hal. And I just want to tell you how much I love you and what a special part of my life you are. And I remember special times going out to lunch with you, and one when Adrian was a baby and he was fussy and you said, give him a pickle. And then you said, I hope people don't think he's my son.
I remember that.
But you were always so welcoming, and I wanted to just thank you for that and tell you how much I love you. That's it.
That was nice.
Yeah.
You say thank you.
You can-
They can
I
hear you.
unmuted
Thank you.
you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Ditto, Hal.
Thank you, Liz.
You're welcome.
I see a David Kern hand going up there.
Well, it gave me enough time to collect my composure anyway. Kind of.
All right, now you need to mute, Liz.
Oh, sorry.
Can't get it right. I wanted to start by saying just how much your family means to me and my family, and how fortunate we were to have all of you in our life from the earliest memories I have of every holiday. Every special event was shared with you guys, and it meant the world to me, and I know it means the world to my family. When I think about your mom's life, what an incredible life. I mean, she lived into her 90s, incredible family, friends, adventures, the adventures she went on, living in other places, having all the foreign students through your house. I mean, she had a sense of incredible adventure, a sense of fun, humor. I mean, I just don't think, and she had profound meaning in her life through her church and other organizations. So I think when you look back on a life, you couldn't really ask for much more. So I'm really, really happy for her that she had such a wonderful life and she had all of you in it. Thanks.
And you too, Dave. Thanks.
So have people kind of said their piece? Is there anybody else got something to say?
Kevin would like to say something.
Yeah. Okay, great.
I just wanted to say how special it is to be, part of the family, and your mom and dad were always so interested in knowing, like people have said, about you and who you were and whatnot. And I, also, your mom had a strong faith, and, again, they were always just so curious about what you were doing. And when you came, they always had, food on the table. And I just feel, so fortunate to be part of that and part of the family, and really appreciate that. She's such a great grandma too, helping with our kids when they were little and whatnot. And so really, really appreciative of all that she did and all of who she was and is.
Thank you, Kevin.
All right. Last words. Thank you, you guys. It's just incredible.
No.
Oh,
Wait, Sean wants to.
Shani and Molly.
Hello. I just wanted to say that I love you guys so much, and we'd all be so different without Grandma. She gave a lot of us here our life, and I just appreciate you guys so much. I love you, G. I love you, Evan. I love you, Mom. I love you, Dad. I love everyone else. And I hope you guys just have a great day, and I see you soon.
Well, I wanted to say too, it's a privilege to be part of this family. I'm so proud of all of us and what we've accomplished. And we do owe Hal and Barb and George and my mother for this great family. They really did a magnificent job, and it's been wonderful. I love you all.
Love you too. It's good to see you.
I want to say happy Thanksgiving to everybody, and hopefully next time we see you, it's going to be in person.
Oh, yeah. Here's to that. And thank you so much for organizing this.
Thank you for showing up, everybody, on Thanksgiving. Now, I hope you can go and just have a great feast and just great community with whoever you're with in your little small pods. Enjoy each other's company and love each other fully.
Sorry
Happy
to interrupt, but I
Thanksgiving.
think Dan wanted to say something. Did you want to say something, Dan?
No, it was an absolute blessing to have Grandma here for her last days. And I remember my first time at the Ponce House in Palo Alto, and I was so impressed with Barb and Les and how they accepted me into the family. And every time we got together, I had to compare my family to the Roberts family and the extended family. And I'm telling you, it was night and day. And so I feel real blessed in my life to be a part of this family. And it's been the best ride, and Grandma made that possible, especially having Cynthia as her fifth child. And happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Good to see you all.
Thanks, Danny.
I wish everyone
We'll do
happy
it.
Thanksgiving. There you go.
Everybody have a happy Thanksgiving. You know,
Happy Thanksgiving,
Happy
everyone.
Thanksgiving, everybody.
Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Everybody.
Love everyone.
Thanksgiving.
Love you, everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving. We love you.
Our team is red hot. Team is red hot.
Yeah.
Howdy doody. What do you know so
Fine and
far?
dandy.
Fine and dandy.
Bye, everyone.
You know so far.
You guys.
That's your mom. What do you know so far?
What do you know for sure?
Yeah, but you know for sure. Sure.
When's the turkey gonna be done?
Tell me about yourself.
No eating after dinner's been cooked.
Fine and dandy.
Adrian, Claire, Annie.
Hey, Paul, are you gonna make the mashy pitons?
Mashy pitons.
Mashy pitons.
Oh, I'm gonna beat you at Colin next time I see you.
Lester.
Yeah.
Ben, B, Sean, Callie, Lester.
Hey, Paul and Jan, way to circle the wagons.
I'll be Econ.
You.
Ian, you owe me a pizza. All right.
I do owe you a pizza, bro.
Oh, man.
Fine and dandy.
Our team is red hot.
Andy, what's up?
Adam, have a good day.
Susie.
Adam.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Isla, say bye, Isla.
Bye, I love you.
Say bye, Grandma.
Happy Thanksgiving, guys.
Love you, Grandma.
See you later. Bye, Annie.
Love you all.
Take care, guys. Bye.
Bye, guys. Love you.
I'm hanging up last. Who hangs up last? Where's the money?
Hey, I've been circling the wagon.
I'm hanging up last. I invented that. Hey.
Last one to sign off's a rotten egg. Later. Later. Oh.
Toasty, what's up? Nicole.
What's happening, man?
That other guy in the back.
I go to bed at 10 o'clock.
New screen, who dis?
Simone! Tom!
Good night, Lester.
Simone!
Alaric.
I'm still available to work bikes. Call me if you need me.
Nothing's burning.
Good to see you, Lester.
Jace, Wazoo.
Let's hear your voice, Lester.
Whoa!
Annie's hanging in there.
I want to do that.
Green screen.
Back.
That was great.
Bye, Lester.
He's not major. Never give up.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stu and Andy, I haven't seen you guys for ages.
Yeah.
Good to see ya.
Are your kids home? Yeah.
Look at Steve. It looks like he's floating.
Hi, Hannah.
Hi. I don't know if you can see me.
Hi, Hannah.
You just
Hi.
got the fog. That was amazing.
Emerging from the fog.
Yeah.
Jason, I like how your hair is.
I just haven't cut it. I'm too lazy to cut it.
It looks great.
That's a good one to wear. Grandma
good.
gave that to me. Orange and black.
Hey, Paul, we need some more. We need some more shots.
They show me the necklace.
Say that again.
Shots you slap in the face.
Oh man. Yeah, I'll bring it down next time.
You'll play that?
Not the same one.
It doesn't show up.
You're playing the gut bucket, are you?
That's what I was planning on bringing.
Nice.
No problem, right?
Yeah, cool. Bring it down. Bye, Annie. Bye.
Bye, Lester.
Bye, everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Bye.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Stay safe.
Thanks, everybody.
Simone, later.
Bye, everybody.
I know, but
Is he back? Say
No, he's in the other room.
meaning for all or N for only yourself or something like that.
Okay, it's about to end.
See you guys. Thanks.
Bye, everybody.
We did it, everybody.
Lester, good to see you, buddy.
Nice
Bye,
job.
Mom.
Love you guys.
Bye, guys.
Adam, good job.
5, 4, 3. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. 1,
Our team is
0. Our team is
Good
red.
job
Woo,
again.
woo.